Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, All the Smoke. Today, I'm back with another episode for SteakHouse. Today, we are simply doing what you call a dry brine experiment. Should we dry brine? Should we not dry brine? Which tastes better, or which one's better in general? Let's do it. Before we jump into the next video, I would love to take this opportunity to shout out the video sponsor, Distributed. Distributed is a tech-enabled startup founded on the belief that businesses of the future will thrive without the need for technical development teams in-house. Using the Distributed platform, clients can work with fully managed, globally distributed teams as easily as local teams, allowing you to build and maintain software faster, safer, with more visibility than ever before. If you are in the market, follow the link in the description below and make your way over to the estimation page. Here you can submit useful project details and in as little as 5 minutes get a response back on next steps. Thank you. Alright guys, so as you see, essentially I have 2 steaks with me today from Farmisons & Co. 2 sirloins from I think it was a Longhorn, which is the breed. And what I want to do is I want to get 2 identical steaks, and essentially I'm going to hit it with pepper and salt to begin with. Put that in the fridge, open, not covered. And then the other one I'm simply just going to put it in a Ziploc bag, so that tomorrow, after 24 hours, I can essentially do a comparison where I cook both of them and we see which one tastes better. The experiment here is simply, does really dry brining your steak do anything? We'll find out. Make it simple. We are going to start with packaging one of the steaks in a Ziploc bag. Nothing special there. Wrap it up, get it out of the way. And the other one, I'm going to hit it with salt and pepper. Now, question for you guys. In the description below, make sure you hit up your answers. What type of steak? I guess the question would be, what's your best steak cut? Yeah, without me saying any names, what's your best steak cut? Mine, I think it's out of the ribeye and the sirloin. But yes, I'd love to hear from you guys, which is your best steak cut. As you see, literally simple, put it in there. That's gonna do its nice piece of work. As you see, got a little bit of marbling, got a little bit of fat there. I mean, I really like sirloin. The other one, we're gonna put it right on top of this guy, and we are gonna hit it with salt and pepper. How about that? You're gonna get a generous coverage. So you see, I've got my tray. This whole tray is gonna go into the fridge, by the way. Make sure you hit that well. So now my plan is to get this and put it in the fridge for 24 hours. And tomorrow, which for you guys is going to be like 2 minutes, I will be back to show you the next step. Let's do it. As you see, we've got our dry brine steak, which is actually pretty dry to the touch. And we've got the non-brined one, which I'm going to hit with salt and pepper now. And ideally what we want to do is we want to do a comparison test, just for those who maybe have forgotten why we're here. We have dry brine and non-dry brine. The brining process is simple. We add salt. I've added some black pepper as well, but essentially we add salt to the meat and we allow it to sit for a period of time. I've done it for 24 hours. What's going to happen here? As you add salt to the meat, that draws the moisture out of the muscles. Now that moisture essentially melts the tissue, the salt, and then is reabsorbed back into the muscle tissue. Now what's happening there when it's reabsorbed, the salt then breaks down the muscle tissue, which then prevent them from squeezing the juices out when you're cooking the meat. So that's different from what's happened here, because we're going to add salt to this one just before we cook it. So it hasn't had enough time to absorb the salt to then break down the tissue further. So we're going to do a comparison, which tastes better and which one's overall just the winner. Hopefully you guys love the science behind it. I'm learning as we're going along, so it's an experiment. And hopefully you guys, try this at home. Please do. I'm going to be searing these with my cast iron. I've shown this to you guys before. Cast iron, I've already pre-seasoned it on an induction hob. I'm going to be using rosemary and thyme. We're going to be using some butter. I've got 2 steaks, so I've got quite a bit of unsalted butter there. Probably half of the stick. Got about 4 garlic cloves here. And I've got a little bit of oil just to kick it off. These 2 are going to go on pretty late. I'm going to sear them at the same time. I go for about medium to medium well and hit it first with some oil. I'm good to go. So I'm excited. Let's do this. Okay, we're set up. Let me grab this meat real quick for you guys. Take this out. The reason I kept it in the bag was so that it doesn't oxidize. You don't want it to oxidize. Wanted it to be as fresh as possible, so limiting the amount of oxygen that's hitting it or touching it, let's say. Put that to the side. Now, simple. We're gonna hit it with salt. So like I said, remember, we're hitting it with salt to season it now, but it's not gonna have as much time as the other one did. Again, this is purely salt and pepper, nothing special, guys. No marinade. If you haven't seen my other marinade video, make sure you check that out. That's a different scenario there. Then I want to go in with the dry brine. Don't touch them too often, just let them sit and do their thing. I've added enough oil, so it should be confident. Brined, non-brined. You can actually see the one that's brined. This one cooked quicker because there was less moisture in it. My one is medium. I went for the medium one. My missus, who actually does maybe well done, medium to well, let's say. So I've got both. So this one's a bit more cooked than this one, but this one was not brined. This one was brined. I'm going to be doing the taste test next time. I'm going to allow you guys to see my wife doing the taste test. Hopefully she gives you guys some interesting perspectives. But anyway, we're gonna cover them real quick. Let them sit for at least 20, I got about for 20 minutes. And after 20 minutes, we'll be back to do the test. So let me just cover them up. I've got some plates here that I'm literally just gonna sit right on top of them. To give them a good enough of a covering to cool down, get to temperature, and then the magic of the knife and fork. Taste test coming up. Ah, boys, we're back, guys. Boys and girls, we are back. Let's get that close-up going. I'm gonna dice these up. My trusty knife. I'm gonna bring these a bit in. Hopefully you guys got a good view, as you see there. So, maybe we should start this way. So I'm going in with a single shot. This one's the one that's a bit more well done, as you see there. Taking a single slice out of this, gonna bring it in for a close-up for you guys. Okay, and then we're gonna do the same thing with this one. Turn it around. This one's a lot more juicy and a lot more at my done level. I like to go for medium. Okie dokie. Okay, you guys can see there. So that close-up is sweet. I mean, I think you guys can see the level of juice in these. Still just dripping. This one's a lot more drier, a lot more contained, but it's still very, very juicy. I'm salivating, so let's take it back up and do a taste test. I'm not even wasting time. I am going straight in for the kind of like the done one. Come on, baby. I am salivating. And then the medium one. So, a couple of things that I learned. Dry brine has less moisture in it and therefore cooks quicker than the one that's not dry brined. But let's go in now. I'm salivating, so let's get in on this. Going in with this one first because I think that's better, so I'm gonna wait for that. Tastes good, like regular steak. I can taste the flavors. I like the butter and the herbs coming very strong. Oh wow. Somehow the fat absorbs a lot of the garlic butter flavor. Let's go in for the brine, which is a bit more done than I thought. Yeah, it's a different kettle of fish. This is much more flavored. 100% dry brine gets that meat really a lot more tender. And it's funny because this is well done, but it feels a lot more tender than the medium one. 100% the dry brine helps. Be very careful with the salt because obviously it must absorb a lot of the salt. A little bit more saltier than the non-brined one, but 100% that's heads over heels. If I got that to medium, yeah, it would be something completely different. So yeah, my take is simple. Dry brine is the way forward, 100%. It doesn't even compare with the non-brined version. No, this is nice, but as you get to the core of the meat, the center doesn't have as much flavor. Yeah, with this one, through and through. Yeah, and more tender. I don't know about the holding more of the liquid, because as you see, this one's got way more liquid on the plate than the brined one. Supposedly, if you brine it, it absorbs back the liquid and stops it from being, excreted when you're cooking it. I don't know if that's true, but 100% hands over heels. Brine works. Maybe the only negative is the fact that this was cooked a little bit more. So my wife can give that one a try, but yep, experiment done. Bring this back, compose my taste buds. All right, so yeah, as you see, hopefully you love the experiment. This is on two sirloins from Farmerson's, organic, grass-fed. So that in itself also adds a lot more flavor to the meat anyway. But I'm gonna add some chips to this and go on, have a good evening to myself. Hopefully you guys love that. This is a new series, SteakHouse. I got a new one coming pretty soon. Stay tuned. Do make sure you hit that subscribe button. Make sure you hit the thumbs up. Add your comments down below. Let me know what you guys want to see, and I'll just make sure I get the videos out for you guys. Again, see you soon. On to the next one.